I think we're live. Yes, yes, yes. Hello, everybody. This is Dr. Selfridge. Welcome to our live stream. We're here every Sunday, sometimes not every Sunday, but we're here a lot of Sundays. Lately, it's been kind of on and off with various things going on at school, but it's good to see everybody here. I already see some people in the chat room, and if you would like to pop into the chat, if you recognize the song I was playing when we started, it is a seasonal song. And we're going to be doing probably, well, we'll do all the requests that I can fit in today, any requests that you might have. But if you can name the song that was playing right when we started, here's the backing track. Kind of a jazzy background. Hi, folks. So we'll get back to the jazz track in a minute. I'm going to talk about some things that are going on with my YouTube channel, and then another YouTube channel that I've started, which is all jazz stuff. So let's say hello to some people first, though. I want to get to my chat here. All right. So here we go. Now we can start saying hello to some people. So already in the chat room, we have the very first person here was Diverse Edits. Hello to you. Thanks for being here. And Leo is here. Hi, Leo. And Leonardo, who is a good friend of ours here every show, is here. And Mayoa, that looks like a new person. Maybe I don't know if I've seen you on here before. Pardon me if my memory isn't serving me, but it seems like that might be a new name. So hello to Mayoa. Thank you for being here. And Leonardo is asking, how was my Thanksgiving? My Thanksgiving was great. Thank you. What I do on Thanksgiving pretty much is the same every year. We go to, we have a family gathering at my brother's house, and we had a very nice day. The weather was really nice, and the food was really great. We had some awesome food. So everyone, let me know how your Thanksgiving was, how your weekend is going. And also, of course, we have, questions about music, questions about musical instruments, requests if you want me to teach you how to play a song, or if you want to just have me play a song for you, we can do that. So Mia is here. Hi, Mia. Good to see you. And George is here. Hi, George. And Zoltan is here. Hi, Zoltan. And Leonardo is asking, oh, did everyone get to shop for Black Friday? So I'm trying to think. I don't think I did any shopping on Black Friday. That's not really that's not my routine, is to go shopping. I do a lot of online shopping for Christmas gifts, but I didn't do anything. I just kind of enjoyed my Black Friday of not having anything to do for school. You know, usually, you guys know, I tell the stories, I tell you about my job as a high school band director, and football season, our football team is really good, and usually our football team is going deep into the playoffs. And this year, this is the first year we haven't had a football game on Thanksgiving weekend, which on one hand, I'm always cheering for our team to do well, but on the other hand, it was kind of nice to have Friday night off on Thanksgiving weekend. So let's say hello to some more people. Jacqueline is our friend from Philadelphia. Hi, Jacqueline. And Diverse Edits is saying hi again. Oh, okay, here's our first request of the day. Mia Ann is asking, can I play a jazz version of Feliz Navidad? That's a great request. Let me get my alto. I don't know, I'm just feeling alto sax on this song. And da 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 da. So, okay, I was just getting straight in my mind the melody of this song on our do re mi scale. It's sol do ti do la. So I have to pick out what key I'm going to go. That's in D major on alto, which is concert F major. I'm not sure what key it's in. I'm going to try to find a play along. Now, a jazz version, that's a great idea. Let me go to the old YouTube. Oh, look at this. Okay. I was just watching my live stream coming back at me, delayed. Okay. So what I'm doing is I'm going to YouTube and I'm going to look up Feliz Navidad backing track, okay? And we'll see what we come up with here. I have a karaoke version that comes up. Let me find, sometimes backing track works, sometimes play along works better as a search term. There's a ukulele play along. I wonder if I put, sometimes you could also put the name of the song you're looking for plus the term sheet music. That sometimes gets you where you want to go here. So I'm not really finding flute, violin. Let's see what this one is. Okay, everybody. So check this out. So here we are. So this is for flute. But I can transpose it, I think. Okay, I'm going to pause it right there. I think this will work pretty well. I'm going to turn myself a little bit down. I'll turn my backing track a little bit up. Now, I know with my screen up here, right, I'm in this box, it kind of covers up some of the sheet music. But I'll leave it up there just so you can see me playing, okay? Let's try it. And so I have to transpose at sight. This is written in concert pitch. I have to move everything up 6 major scale steps, all right? 6 steps in the major scale. Okay, let's try it. Try not to make too many mistakes. We play, let me turn this down. One thing we do at school, in a couple of weeks, we have community caroling, we call it. So we get the kids together, band kids sign up, and we play music out of this packet of songs. And one of our favorite ones to play is Feliz Navidad. It's a lot of fun. Great song. Let's do some more hellos and check-ins and see what's going on in the chat. Okay, here we go. Robert is checking in and saying Happy Thanksgiving. Hi, Robert. Thank you. Same to you. Mayoa, can I play Coldplay? Sure. So Mayoa, is there like a specific song you'd like? Okay, so just to give me a little bit of options here of what I can do. Give me a Coldplay song, maybe like a popular one, like a more well-known one, and let me know what instrument you would like me to play. I have right here probably the best instruments for me. I've got flute, clarinet, sax, alto sax, and tenor sax. I could also play trumpet, but I'm not. I usually lean towards the woodwinds. George. Okay. Blue and Sentimental. You know, George, we are working on this song in my high school jazz band right now. It's a really cool arrangement. So, searching up on YouTube, Blue and Sentimental sheet music. So let's see. So this says what I'm looking at right now. Let me show you what I'm looking at. So Blue and Sentimental For alto sax, blue and sentimental, Count Basie. For tenor sax, that's correct, but it's like, it's way up high. Let me see here. You know what? I can just play it. Let me see. I'm just curious, these tracks. Let's see what this one does. Okay. So that's cool, but that's not in the right key. Okay, I'm just gonna play Blue and Sentimental from what I remember. So it's wait, what key is it in? Am I in the right key? I'm just gonna look up the Count Basie one to make sure I'm in the right key. Let's see here. Let's listen to this a little. How's the backing music? Is it loud enough? It's pretty loud in my headphones. I got it now. Ah. Yeah, so that's a really cool big band song. Like I said, we're playing it this year in our school jazz band. A lot of fun. All right, let's keep going with more requests, everybody. Mia says, my Thanksgiving week was great, and on Black Friday, my aunt's birthday, full of festivities. That sounds like a lot of fun. Awesome. Leonardo, I love traveling different countries with my family, and it's a good temperature weather. That's great. Different countries. Leonardo, remind me whereabouts. All of a sudden, sorry, all of a sudden my voice, I turned into Kermit the Frog there for a second. Remind me where you live, or like what part of the world you live in. Leonardo says some people prefer to shop on Cyber Monday. Yes, that is true. Yes. Definitely, I do a lot online, so that is a great tip. All right, so Leonardo is asking, oh yes, we have, well, we'll go to this request in a second, but yes, we are going to welcome live online with us, as usual, is Dennis. So we're going to say hi to Dennis. Dennis, are you with us? Hello, hello. Roger, Roger. Maybe not. We'll see if Dennis can join us in a minute. But for now, actually, let me check. Maybe that could be on my end. Let me just double check. Maybe that's my issue. Oh, I see what happened. Okay. Hey, Dennis, right. I see what happened. You got disconnected.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
No biggie.
You're back.
Cool. I'm back.
How are you?
I'm doing fine, my friend.
Awesome.
Thank you.
So
continue.
Continue. Okay. All right. So getting back to comments and requests. Oops, that's what I want. That's what I want. Happy Xmas, war is over. Okay, this is a great request. This is a more, well, I guess a lot of people know this song. It's not one of these sort of traditional Christmas songs that you hear, but definitely people know it. Let me try to find it on sheet music. Da, 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 da. So there's piano. Let's take a look at this piano tutorial. Piano tutorials are good to play on flute because it's the same key. All right. Okay, cool. I can do this. So again, I know the box that I'm in here is kind of obscuring some of the sheet music, but let's take a quick look at this sheet music just for a second. So we're in 3/4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and we've got 3 sharps, which is could be a little tricky. So because I'm playing the melody, I'm going to be focusing on the top treble clef here. The bottom, the bass clef, is more of the bass notes and the middle section of the chords. Most of the time your melody is going to be in the treble clef of the piano grand staff, which is also called like the right hand, the part that would be played by the right hand. So let's do it. I'll play a little bit of this. See how we do here. It's a little bit off. Sorry, I'm off track. Anyway, I'm going to turn that down. So the weird thing about that play along track is the little bar that was going across was kind of delayed. So this is interesting. I'm not sure why. I'm not sure why the background music. I'm getting Teresa is saying the background music is very low. You guys, are you guys noticing that? Maybe, I don't know. 2. All right. I'm not sure why, because it's like really loud in my headphones. Anyway, let's keep going through some more comments and questions. Okay. Thank you, George. I appreciate it. Okay, alto sax, Coldplay, Hymn for the Weekend. Let's see how we do here. Hymn, let me just Google this. Coldplay, Hymn for the Weekend. Sheet music. Solo piano. Let me listen. Let me like just listen to this one. See if I can do a little bit by ear here. Okay, this is Coldplay. And let me know if you guys can hear this. I mean, it's coming through loud and clear for me, but
From up above, you know you make my world light up. When I was down, when I was hurt, you came to lift me up. Life is a dream, and love's a drug. Oh, I think I must be miles
I think what happened with the backing track, there was a little button I clicked, and maybe that was the reason that it wasn't going through. Okay, so I'm gonna figure out that part, okay, for Mayowa. So it's actually in a nice key for alto sax because it's in C minor, which is like E flat major, which is a nice key for alto sax. All right.
Drink and loves. Oh, angels sent from above. You make my world light up. When I was down, when I was hurt, you came to lift me up.
You came to live. So it's very repetitive there at the beginning. A nice little. So C, C, B, A, C, B, D, C. Let me listen a little bit more.
Life is a drink and love
Same thing.
a drug. You must be my user. When I was a river, tried
Pretty much the same.
came to
You came. What is that?
river,
I'm
tried
gonna get this part.
you came to
Hey, keep hitting the pause button. It's not listening.
river, tried you came
It came.
to
That's G, A, G, F.
Drink from me, when I was so thirsty. Put on a symphony. No, I just can't get it up. Put your wings on me, wings on me.
So I'm just waiting. That was like the beginning. I'm trying to wait and see if there's a chorus or like a hook. Coming up soon, I think. I'll teach you that part because that's like the main. Ba, ba, da, ba, da, ba. If you want to play that on alto sax, F, the octave key, F, E, D, F, E. That's the main part of the song, the chorus. Okay, moving on to our next request. That was a great request. Thank you, Mayowa. Mayowa. Sorry. Real quick, I'm going to answer Leonardo's question about G flat major scale. All right. So actually, it's kind of interesting. In my AP music theory class, where I teach at the high school, one of the points I make, because we're really constantly working on memorizing all of our major key signatures, how many flats, how many sharps. And one little trick I tell my students is three of the keys that sound really confusing. If you ask someone, what's the key signature of G flat major? You might get like, oh man, that's a hard one. I can't remember what the key signature of G flat major is because it has a lot of flats. But here's the trick that I teach them. If you know G major, so here's G major, G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, G, right? The only note in G major that has an accidental on it or a sharp or flat is the F sharp, right? They're all just plain, on the piano you'd say they're white keys. Whoop. There we go. So I'm gonna take this off so you can see my keyboard better. But you got, the only black key is F sharp, right? So if someone says, now we're going to play G flat major, Well, it's actually pretty easy. You're going to take all the notes you did for G major, and they all go down a half step. So everything that was a plain white key is now a flat. G flat, A. So instead of G, A, B, C, D, E, it's G flat, A flat, B flat, C flat, D flat, E flat. The only note that's going to be a white key now is the F, because it used to be an F sharp for G major. Now it's a half step down. Now it's a white key. So G flat major is not that confusing if you just think about it as a G major, where everything's moved down a half step. So G flat, A flat, B flat. This is a little bit tricky because we technically have to call it C flat, but it's a B. So we call it C flat. We can get into that later, because every letter has to be represented in the scale. You can't skip. You can't say G flat, A flat, B flat, B. You can't repeat a letter in a scale, right? G flat, A flat, B flat, C flat, D flat, E flat, F, G flat. So real quick on the flute. G flat, A flat, B flat, C flat, which is same as a B, D flat, E flat, F, G flat. There's your G flat major scale. If that was a little bit confusing, that's okay. But if it helped you a little bit, that's cool. Or if you have more questions, go ahead and ask. Alrighty. Jingle Bell Rock on the clarinet. Well, Jingle Bell Rock, you say in a jazz style. Jingle Bell Rock is kind of in a jazzy style already. I don't really have to jazz it up because it's in that sort of rock and roll swing. It's got already a swing to it. So let's see if I am kind of lucky here and clarinet sheet music exists for this. I mean, it's a song I sort of know, so I could play it. Oh, wow. All right, so this is one of my favorite channels. It's Clarified. And they always start off with the slow version, the tutorial. I'm going to skip here to the play along. Here we go. Just got to wait for my computer to catch up. Oh, it's slow. Okay. I mean, I like this, but it's like kind of slow. Oh, you know what I can do? I'm just going to do this. I'm just going to speed up YouTube to 1.5. Let's see what that sounds like. Pretty cool. All right, Jingle Bell Rock, and that's that channel is called Clarified. I love that channel. They do really great play along tracks and things like that and tutorials. Okay, let's see more from you all in the chat. I see more requests, and I will try to get to them. Let's do. Okay, Leonardo says, I live in Valencia, California. My family is thinking about going to France around winter break, 9 hours. Wow, that's awesome, Leonardo. How's the weather? Did you already say how the weather is where you are? Sometimes that beautiful weather in California, I get a little bit envious over here on the East Coast. But East Coast weather has its benefits. We get, usually at least one nice snow around Christmas time, which is kind of fun. All right, Leonardo says E flat minor has 6 flats. That is correct. Thanks, Mayoa. Appreciate that. Let's do some more. George, am I doing it next week? Like, am I doing this, my live stream? I should be doing the live stream next week. All right, let's get to some, since we're kind of out of questions at the moment, let's do some more requests. You know, I also want to show you, I will do more requests, but I want to show you all because we are officially, you know, since Thanksgiving is over, it's kind of like the official start of the Christmas holiday season. If you go to my website, drselfridgemusic.com, we can search, ready, holiday, and I've got some various packets. Let me clear out my comment there. Okay, so we've got these holiday duets. My trios are probably on here somewhere. What are they here? Holiday tunes, easy holiday tunes. All right, let's go back to my blog post here. These are, yeah. Easy. So I made these, you guys know I started off my teaching career teaching beginners. And so I really wanted to create these super easy holiday duets because a lot of students are just learning their instruments in 4th or 5th or sometimes 6th grade, depending on where you go to school. And a lot of these folks started just in September, around that time of year. So we want to have some stuff that's pretty playable for someone who's a beginner. And what's cool about this is if you have someone in your family who plays an instrument, you can split pretty easy. There's a melody part and a harmony part. So the A part is the melody, and this is a really easy version of Jingle Bells. Really easy. The rhythms are pretty basic. So we have the A part. I'll zoom in a little bit. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then someone you're playing with can do the B part, the harmony. And those two parts together make a nice little duet. And if you can actually also mix and match instruments. So if someone in your family or maybe your friend wants to play a little concert with you, you can mix and match. Like if you play the flute, but your friend plays the French horn or any combination of instruments, you can play these play these songs together and they sound good. All right, let's get back to some more of your requests. So I got Jingle Bell Rock. Wow. All right, this is going to be a challenging one. Mia asked for What Christmas Means to Me by Stevie Wonder. And this is one that I've heard a number of times. But let's see. Is it bum 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 bum? That's This Christmas. This Christmas. Oh, all right, okay. So let me look this one up. Piano. Let's try this video here. Ah. I think I'm still on super speed. Yeah, that's what it is. I still had YouTube at 1.5. All right. I was like, why is it so fast? And this is also a little bit challenging because this is one of those play along things where they switch the sheet music right at the moment where in other words, I can't see what's coming. So you guys know when you're reading sheet music, your eyes are looking at the notes you're playing, but actually your peripheral vision and your eyes are really looking at least a measure or two ahead to see what's coming. So let's try this again with less crazy tempo. There we go. Do my best. Change. So that was a cool one. Yeah, so very not too difficult to play, but again, when it switches and I don't know what's coming next, it's a little bit tricky. Great request. Thank you for that request. That was Mia. Thanks, Mia, for that request. Let's see here. Leonardo, Moonday. Oh, George, you're getting tired. Oh, is it late where you're at, George? Oh, it says Manchester City. So are you in the UK? I think it's what, like 8 o'clock there, something like that, 8:30. Leonardo says the weather in California is getting really cold, and the good thing, not so hot anymore, and it might rain next week. Okay, interesting. Jacqueline, play on clarinet. What should I play on clarinet? Do you have any specific requests? Robert, how many hours of practice to be able to read and play sight reading? I don't know if I could put a number to it. I would say if you're practicing, with pretty good regularity and dedication, like an hour a day, or even a half hour a day, if you're really practicing and making progress. It also depends on how difficult the sight reading is. So let me show you something actually, because this is interesting. Maybe you'll find this interesting. So we just had, actually one of the reasons I wasn't on last week was it was a super busy weekend. We had auditions for our local district-wide community, not just our school district, but like the county's honor bands pretty much. And I was very much involved with organizing that. So it was a very busy weekend. But one of the things we audition on is sight reading. And so one of the things we use to practice and assess students on sight reading is this website called Sight Reading Factory. So I don't know if anyone has seen this. Sight Reading Factory. It's pretty cool. I have a subscription, so you can, you can customize it all kinds of ways. So let's take clarinet, all right? And you can set your difficulty level. So being able to sight read is a continuum from, you could start super basic level and then keep pushing yourself to get more and more advanced. If we start with level 1, the default settings for level 1 on Sight Reading Factory, and matter of fact, I'm going to change it to like be a super straightforward time signature 4/4. Next. We'll even keep it, we'll keep it to the F major or C major. It's going to randomly select. So we're going to go with that. Suggested. Boom. Oh, here, random suggested. That's what I want to hit. All right, so then let's just take this like free play, right? So I'm going to scroll down on this. So my, can I move this down? I'm going to get rid of my little talking screen. Okay, and I'm going to zoom in. Oh, maybe if I zoom in and I go down like this, if I, all right, it's still, I can't scroll down any further. So I'm going to go away on my box. But look, 4/4. And so this would be a pretty, I think this is something that someone who's only been playing maybe a year could sight read. You have to focus on tapping your toe, counting your beats, looking out for any flats in the key signature, and we just play it something like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. So you can see it's pretty straightforward. The way you get better at sight reading is you practice sight reading. So this is a great website because it'll just keep randomly generating new songs for you to sight read. And sight reading is like it's a skill, it's a muscle, not literally a muscle, but it's something you can improve with practice. Okay? So, let's see. Oh, that's what Christmas means to me on clarinet. Okay, let's see. That's a bit of a challenge because I was struggling a little bit with the sheet music play along that I just had. Well, let's see. Let's see how I do. So this is now me having to sight read what I was sight reading before. But on top of that, I am going to be switching it, transposing it for clarinet, which means I have to take every note that's there and move it up one whole step. So this song is in the key of C major for flute. I'm going to be playing it in D major because C major is here. D major is a whole step higher. So I'm going to be adding 2 sharps, F sharp and C sharp. Every note is going to be moved up. So like, look at the beginning here. G, A, C. I have to play A, B, D. And just wish me luck here. Let's give it a try. So, and on top of that, the page turns are tricky, but let's try it. Other element here that that's involved, which is making it tricky for me, is I'm also, when I was playing it on flute, it's written in some ranges. It goes in, at the lower spots. It goes out of the range of the flute, so I have to move it up an octave sometimes, and sometimes I'm moving it down an octave. So that was not such a great rendition, but so Jacqueline, I apologize. I might see if I can find a different version. Let me see if I get lucky here. Christmas means to me clarinet. Let's just see what happens here. What? Yeah, it's not. There's nothing here. That might be a good tutorial video to do. Okay. Hi, Noel. Good to see you here. Does sight reading mean to read music? Yes. So basically, sight reading is the skill of being able to take a piece of music like I was just doing, but I was trying to sight read, transposing the clarinet and transposing octaves, is to look at a piece of music for the first time and be able to play it correctly your first try. So it's a skill. And Robert says, yes, constant practice, 10,000 hours plus. Whoa. I don't know if it takes 10,000 hours. It'd be interesting if I tried to actually calculate how many hours in my life I've practiced. I don't know. The 10,000 hours is a lot. I mean, if you do the math, how many hours a day that would have to be. Actually, I don't know if Dennis is still on the line. Dennis, are you with us?
Yep.
Have you?
Yeah, I'm here.
You've heard of the 10,000 hour rule? Have you heard of that rule?
Yeah. I have, but I mean, every human being is different.
Yes, this is true.
And everybody has a different attention span.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the things I was thinking though, Steve, is, we think about doing like a half hour a day or a half hour a day. Sometimes if you're not, the kind of person that can do that, maybe schedule 2 15-minute things each day.
Oh yeah. Yeah. We
separate them.
Yep. That's one of the recommendations we make for, well, students in general, but sometimes beginner students, younger students, you just need a break.
Right.
But that could be the kind of thing all through your life if you work better that way. But 10,000 hours, it's a
lot of time.
It's a lot of time. I remember it was very popular. There were some books came out. There was a book called The Talent Code. Did you ever hear this book?
No, I haven't, but I've heard of books like this. But the thing that's interesting now is, before, when you were learning this stuff, it was all in books.
Yep.
But now, you with the electronics, maybe one of the things you could do is find some, some tutorials that, not your tutorials, but I mean the certain things out there on the line that they could help them. There may be a whole program on learning to read music.
Mm-hmm.
Type of.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's along the lines of what a channel like mine does, and there's other channels out there that do.
Oh yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah. Cool. All right, folks. So we have about 10 more minutes. So let's see here. Let's get a couple more questions in before we go. Leonardo, does it mean that you can improve the higher notes for clarinet? Yeah. I'm not sure if I 100% am interpreting your question, but you can always improve the higher notes on clarinet and flute. Yeah, the problem I was running into, Leonardo, with the last song was my mind was, in addition to having a song I didn't really know, and the sheet music was changing in such a way that I couldn't see what was coming. So being able to see what's coming is a super important part of sight reading, because like the second your brain gets you get a break, maybe you have a measure and a half of rest, you can sneak a peek at what's coming next and be ready for what's coming, right? So there's that. And then with this song I was just playing, it was written for flute. Or no, it wasn't even written for flute. It was written for piano. So I was having to transpose for clarinet, and then also sometimes when there were spots where it was in an awkwardly high or an awkwardly low range, I was trying to also do that level. So there's a couple of layers going on there. Malik, what do I think is the best warm-up to get ready for a concert? I would say, okay, getting ready for a concert, I would want to get my instrument, start by playing long notes. I don't know, say I'm playing a concert on alto sax. I'd start playing some long notes. Make sure my reed is the best reed that I have available for the concert. I practice playing long notes, making sure I have good control of my saxophone from the middle range down to the low range. I would get out my phone where I have a tuner, right? And I would test out my tuning all over the place. I just play long notes, low notes, medium notes, high notes. I would then, probably after I did some just long notes, making sure my reed is working well and I'm getting a good tone, I would probably just go straight to my music that I'm playing in that concert and pinpoint the spots in my music that I find the most challenging, and just kind of get in some last minute practice. You know, like maybe it's a technical passage with a lot of tonguing. You know, like something like that, or maybe it has like some tricky finger passages or things like that. So that's probably how I would spend my warm-ups. Scales are good, but for me, it's mostly just long tones, making sure I feel really good about my reed, and maybe doing some articulation, like making sure my reed is responding the way I want it to, and I'm not getting like squeaks or chirps that I don't want on my reed. Okay, so as we start to finish up here, folks, feel free to, oh, here's some more stuff. Oh yeah, Robert says 4 years, 8 hours a day. That's a lot. Yeah, I mean, the 10,000 hour rule has been talked about in these books that I was just talking to Dennis about, as sort of the threshold of what you need to get to if you want to be at that master. You say master's degree. I would put it not in terms of a degree, but in terms of just mastery of a virtuoso mastery of an instrument, they say. And they talk about that not just for music, like things like Tiger Woods or great athletes, how much time they've put into studying their craft, the mechanics, to get to that level. Great ballet dancers, you name it. Yes, you're right, Jacqueline. It would be better to play sheet music for the trumpet. And actually, for that song, Christmas, that Stevie Wonder song, I was not able to find any other versions. Noel, is music... So music is holding down a key for a number of beats, like 4 beats, 2 beats? Yeah, absolutely, Noel, exactly right. Depending on your instrument, like you look at the sheet music, and if it says play a G, and then it's 4 quarter notes, you would press down that G on your instrument, and you'd make 4 quarter notes with your air and your tongue. So it's a combination of your fingers. If you're playing a wind instrument, it's your air and your tongue, and then your eyes looking at the sheet music and looking at each note and playing it for the right amount of time. So as we finish up, folks, I'm going to invite you to come back next week. Keep an eye on my channel. I actually didn't. Let me show you. Actually, before you go, I want to show you this. I have actually started a second channel called Dr. Selfridge Jazz, and we're going to show it to you real quick. Dr. Selfridge Jazz, and there's actually right now there's only I think 2 or 3 videos on there, but on the Dr. Selfridge Jazz channel, let's go to my home here. Visit my channel. Here it is. So if you go to Dr. Selfridge Jazz, and actually if you could please subscribe, I'm starting off from scratch with like 3 or 4 subscribers, but go ahead and subscribe to Dr. Selfridge Jazz, because what I'm going to be putting on this channel is I'll be putting play-along tracks, which are like backing tracks to practice playing jazz with chord progressions. Okay, and it's also going to have things like saxophone solos or what's called transcribed solos. And the good thing about transcribed solos is you get to see what a professional musician would play over jazz chord changes, and you can study it and get better at your jazz style. So definitely, if you could, go check out, I'm going to find a link here for you guys to go to. I'll put it in the chat. Let's see here. But you could actually just find it if you search Dr. Selfridge Jazz. Let's see here. I'm going to put this in the chat. There it is. That's my new channel in the chat. If you guys wouldn't mind going there and subscribing, that would be fantastic. That's going to about do it for today. Come back next week. We'll do more holiday Christmas songs. Keep an eye on my my main channel and also my jazz channel for more holiday themed things that are happening. And so Dennis, thanks again for another great show.
No problem, my friend.
And I hope everyone comes back next week for another great show and more questions and requests. Hey, thank you, Marshall. Marshall just subscribed. Appreciate it. Okay, everybody. So the next screen you're going to see is this, where you can get in touch with me and follow me on various social media type things. And until next week, everyone, have a great week. Make sure you practice, make sure you have a lot of fun, and come back next week with more questions and requests. Okay, everybody have a great week, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.